house. I was 15 years old. You might always say I was almost a young adult. I would cut the entire yard, an acre, with a push lawnmower. I had no choice. I had no choice as a child. But let me tell you what I would look for from my dad. When he come home and he say, ooh, Junior. He the only one that can call me Junior, by the way. I don't play that. I'm so serious. I get my cousins and everybody, if they want to make me mad, they'll call me Junior. I don't like that name, Junior. I don't like to be called Junior. It used to be a drunk at the store called Junior we used to talk about as a kid. You know, he was always on the side of the stove. Junior, what you doing out here today? So I always associated that in my life. Don't ever call me Junior. My daddy, the only one called me Junior because I never want to be what I seen on that store. But anyway, my dad would come home and be like, woo, Junior, you did this, boy? I'd be like, yeah, Dad. Yeah, man. Hey, I airs it up like you like it. I weeded it. And guess what? I grew up and I needed that reassurance. I needed that. This is a teaching moment for you who have children or nephews or nieces. Your kids need to be reassured. They need to know that they matter. They need to know that they're powerful. I was told I was handsome. I was told I was smart. I was told I was powerful. They never made me feel like I was overlooked. But there's people in this world who didn't have these things, who didn't have a dad to give them reassurance or a mom to give them reassurance, or who felt overlooked because you might have had a lot of siblings, who felt compared like you not doing as well as your sister, so we overlook you. You not doing well as your brother, so we overlook you. So these type of people who go through these type of things when it comes to relationships, guess what? Rejection hits them harder. Because you're not just losing another person. You reliving a old wound. It's like you were a child all again and you're going through the same thing you went through as a child. Rejection. See, sometimes you're not asking them for closure. You're asking your past to feel repaired. And that's why it feels bigger than the situation. That's why it feels bigger than the situation. So yeah, my hat goes off to those who say, you know, it was a piece of cake for me. Closure was easy for me. But for a lot of us, no. Because if we ever had to deal with any of those things as a child, psychologically, we are reliving it all over again. So that makes this whole thing, it makes it way more difficult. And I want to give you the hard reality. And many of you might not like this. I'm just going to be honest. And again, those of you that are with me, you're just now joining. We're talking about the need of having validation. And I have a saying, and I'm saying tonight to everybody that's joining this call, you don't want closure. You want validation. But this thing is, please share this with somebody you know. It may help them. This is a therapy session. By the end of this, you should feel motivated. You should feel emotionally free. You should feel good mentally. You should be like, man, I was able to let some things out. But I want to tell you something. And this is the absolute truth. This is the absolute truth. Even if a person explained to you everything about your relationship, I'm talking about you break up, you meet them, and now y'all on some closure type stuff, right? Y'all on some closures type stuff, right? Even though they explain it to you, you explain yourself to them, y'all get one more time together, y'all do all of this together. Guess what? It won't change the outcome. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you don't want to hear me say that. But I'm telling you the truth. It will not change the outcome. If they chose someone else, if they checked out emotionally, if they stopped showing up, no explanation restores that. So we keep telling ourselves, I just need validation. I'm telling you, this is so common. I hear this so much. People can't move on because they feel like something is left undone. But people, when they emotionally check out, they gone. They gone. When they choose somebody else, they go get intimate with somebody else on a real level, like they really chose them. I'm not just a one time, I'm talking about for real. They go and get somebody else. I'm sorry. It's not going to change the outcome. Oh, I just want to have one more meeting with them. A lot of people get injured even worse when they go to, oh, I'm just meeting them for lunch and meeting them for dinner. Some people will try to take roses and flowers and thinking that they're going to change the outcome. Let me take some jewelry. Let me take some money. Let me take something that they used to ask me for that I didn't give to them. Let me take a new mind. Let me take, in this closure, let me take, something new because, I just got to figure out, I want to show myself to be nice. I want to do this and I want to do that. Hey, calm down. Calm down. It won't change the outcome. I want to give you a fact about marriage. Most people who get a divorce and they get back together and get remarried, statistics says that they get a divorce again. Did you just hear what I just said? So I'm telling you that even in a regular relationship, there's about a 95% chance that you guys will never get together again. Not in the way that you think. Because there's no explanation that could restore any of it. See, closure don't heal rejection. It does not. Closure don't heal rejection. Acceptance does. When you learn how to accept, I know you don't want to hear this. A lot of people, you don't want to hear this type of conversation. You don't really want to hear this truth because this truth sometimes it hurts. It make you feel weird. But I'm just giving you a little psychology about yourself. Closure doesn't heal the rejection. Many people saying, why doesn't he want me? Accept it. People, you saying, bro, why don't she want me no more? Bro, accept it. Accept it. Sometimes I want to say this, and I want you to hear me really, really well. Okay? I want to tell you something really, really well, and I want you to hear this, and I want you to pay attention. I want to tell you what closure is sometimes. It's going to be very short. I'm about to give you a code, a real cheat code. Closure is this. It's simple. They did what they did They chose what they chose. And that's the answer. I know you don't want to hear that. But I'm telling you exactly what closure is sometimes. Look, they did what they did. They chose what they chose. They chose this lifestyle. They chose the next level of reality. They chose this. They chose to reject me. They chose to disrespect me. They chose to do this. They chose to do that. Sometimes this is what closure is. They did what they did. They chose what they chose. That's the answer. But I know our brain don't want to accept it. Because like we talked about last night, you have this imagination, you have this illusion in your mind that make you think that they somebody else that they're not. So I want to ask a question. And I want you to be very honest in the comments. I want you to be very honest. And I want you to tell me exactly, is closure real? Or is it ego trying to feel important again? And I want you to type, closure is real. I want you to type real. Or I want you to type ego. Let me ask the question again. Is closure real? Or is it ego trying to feel important again? I want you to be honest. I want you to tell me how you feel. I'm serious. We're talking about something tonight that have affected so many relationships. People 5-10 years later, they still talking about they never really got closure in their relationship years ago. And so they pause, they stuck. You get in a new relationship and you still attached to the old relationship because of the type of conversation that I'm having tonight. Is closure real, or is it trying to feel important again? Or is it ego trying to feel important again? I just want to know. Type real or type ego. So right now I'm reading, most of the comments is saying it's ego. That's what most people are saying. And I know I read another comment that says before entering a relationship, you should leave the old baggage behind. But sometimes you have this thing called closure that they felt like they never got. And if they ever had a chance to have a conversation with their ex, they will go and do it. You think it's about closure? You still think it's about closure? Everybody that chose closure, do you still think it's about closure? If you say a person go into a new relationship, right? And they say, I never got closure from my last, but if I can just meet up with this person one more time, why would you want to meet up with this person one more time if, you feel me? You in a new relationship now. There's a lot of relationships right now where it didn't end like it was supposed to end. It didn't end like it was supposed to end. And people say all the time, this is what they say. I hear the conversations. I'm just one person. I can just imagine what the conversations around that other coaches go through or hear, not go through, or what they hear and they witness, and you witness. Women say the same stuff like, I don't like him, I can't stand him, but And I ask a real question. I say, look, if I know you moved on, you married now, you in a different relationship now, if your ex ever wanted to meet up with you, would you do it? Yeah. Is that ego or is that closure? I just said the title of this message is you don't want closure. You want to be validated. That's really what you're chasing, because the closure is not going to change the outcome of what happened. It's the part that we don't want to accept. And sometimes we are so egotistical. Okay, talk about a man. Most men, they struggle with their baby mothers. And there's a joke that people always say, yeah, we over, but I can get her whenever I want. Do that sound like closure to you? Or do that sound like ego? That's mostly ego-driven men. They feel like, yo, it is what it is, you know? So it's the type of mindset that they're willing to actually be honest about. And this is why a lot of men, you know, don't really like to embed themselves with, you know, I'm just being honest. I'm not being biased. I'm not trying to say anything crazy. You know? But this is why a lot of men be like, I'm scared to mess with a woman who got a child by somebody else, because it might be some things that are not finished there. And I don't want to get caught in the middle of that. I don't want to have to get my heart broken because doors are not closed. Do you understand? I'm just being honest. So I'm telling you, right? If you are a person saying you is talking about you need closure. If you're stuck there, I want to tell you 3 things that you can do. Before I do that, I want to appreciate everybody who's been buying my book, 21 Days to Reset. It's a powerful book. If you've been pouring into other people, if you're right now you're going through a bad breakup and you're going through and you're trying to re-find yourself, you know, you're trying to gain a new identity. You're trying to rewire the way you think. This book is for you. This book has a lot of my testimonies in it of how, you know, I used to live in a hotel and, you know, how God was able to rewire me from helping everybody else, from being betrayed. It's a lot of things in this book, and it will help you reset as well. To get it, just go to my website, markleejr.com, click the link in my bio, and you'll see it. I also have some free training. You can go to my website. There's a lot of free training that's there for you. But if you are a person, again, that is stuck, okay, I want to give you 3 mature, I'm talking about very mature shifts. If you're stuck in closure, okay, the first thing I would tell you is, I would tell you to do this. Ask yourself what you actually want to hear. Is it the truth or is it reassurance? That's the first thing I would ask you. Excuse me. You keep saying right now that you want closure and you're stuck there. You can't really love another person. You can't really, see yourself with another person because you keep saying you want closure. I can't allow myself to love a new person. There's people for years who never re-love anybody because they never felt like they got the closure from the first relationship and the other person have moved on. So the first thing I would tell you is ask yourself, what do you want? You want the truth or you want reassurance? Somebody says, I love your content. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting me. And thank you for everybody who's been giving to me and pouring into me. I want to say I really appreciate you helping me stay live and keep doing what I'm doing. Thank you for everything that you give. I think that's a powerful thing. To be able to be a blessing and to be able to receive a blessing. There's power in giving for sure. The second thing I will tell a person is stop reopening wounds for emotional comfort. I taught the other night in one of our sessions, I taught you the dangers of keeping that opened. Everybody want one more conversation. Guess what that does? It resets healing. And I keep telling you, as long as you are connected in an emotional way, it's going to cost you something. What do a wound cost you if it's always open? Just imagine, right? You got a big gash on your hand and you can't pick anything up. Let's say both of your hands. You can't pick anything up because they've been so messed up, right? They start healing. Now you're able to pick up small things. You're able to start moving and you're able to start doing this, right? You're able to start to move around a little bit. Might can start washing your hair again. You might can start putting your makeup on again. You might can start back texting, right? But your hands, they used to be cut wide open and you couldn't do anything with them. So just imagine an emotional, you try to, I want to just meet up with my ex one last time, one more conversation. You get embedded and now it has just caused your hands to reopen. Now you can't drive. Now you can't wash your hair. Now you can't put your makeup on. Now you understand what I'm saying? That's what some of these emotional things do. You reopen these wounds, it's going to cost you something. And what does that cost you? When you stay injured, what does that cost you? The most important thing you have to understand when you stay injured is it costs you time. It costs you money. It costs you future. Why do you think when a professional athlete get hurt, they keep them off the field for the rest of the year? They don't care if they can come back. They don't want that wound to come back open. They don't want that injury to come back. But when you psychologically stay connected to somebody, guess what it does? It resets the healing and it's going to cost you something. So I tell people, second thing I would tell you to do, and this is a very mature conversation, is stop reopening the wounds for emotional comfort. I'm not telling you if you guys have kids and no, that's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Sometimes y'all got kids, but y'all trying to get emotional because that's probably the only thing that y'all had. Y'all trying to get emotional with each other. But every time you do, you reset healing. The third thing I will tell you, if you are caught in this wanting to need this validation, the third thing that I will tell you to do, I will tell you to validate yourself. Now, I know you might be like, that's easier said than done. But if somebody is walking away, right, and it makes you question your value, if it makes you question your value, I'm going to say something that's going to sting, right? I want you to validate yourself. And I want you to get this in your mind before I say this. It's going to sting. It's going to feel weird. If somebody walk away, right, and it makes you question, am I worth it? Am I enough? Am I this? Am I that? Talking to you, you were borrowing your confidence. Everything you believed that you was in that person. All of the validation was in that person. So I will tell you to validate yourself. How do you do it? Go to the gym. Get fine on them. You feel me? Go to the gym, ladies, Get bad on them. Build your confidence up. I guarantee you, if you go to the gym long enough, you're going to start having everybody in the gym like, boy, she is popping. Like, who that is? Like, and I ain't telling you to look for that, but compliments make you feel good, don't they? So I don't want to, let me speak on this too. Because a lot of men, you feel like because a woman start to look good and somebody give her a compliment, you feel like, oh, she's seeking validation. She's not seeking validation. You can't say that about every woman. She just look good. She just look good. And when you look good, people gonna compliment. I get inboxes every day. You're so handsome. You so fine. Like, I wish I could meet you, blah, 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 right? I get this on all platforms. Don't mean that I'm seeking validation. So, bro, you got to lose that mindset. That's insecurity. Just because she walk around and people come up to her, she's seeking validation. Now, if you're doing a little bit too much in what you're wearing, though, that's another story. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be respected. I had a debate or a discussion with somebody, and they said, what do men really think about women who go to the gym who don't cover their camel? I say the truth. Most men who see women in the gym who don't have a protection on herself, and she's in there with these little tight pants on, and you see everything, and it's like boom, boom, boom. They already thank you for the street, shawty. They don't respect that. You got to be honest. In reality, I know you want to look good. I know you want to, but it's a way to be classy with it. Make them guess. They shouldn't see they shouldn't see that like that. I'm just being honest. But let me get back to the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making tonight is the third thing to help you get unstuck is to validate yourself. Somebody says a little mystery. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm serious. People don't like this talk, but I just want to be honest. Like, we have to get to the reality of, we have to get to the reality of this validation. It's okay for a man to come to you and, you're a woman, like, he's going to do that. That's what we do. Be like, oh, yeah, and that's what men, I don't want to leave you out. You get in the gym and you get the muscles right. You lose that dad bod. You start looking like somebody. You gonna feel like somebody. Somebody gonna tell you, ooh, let me tell you something. Muscles never go out of style. It profits little. Muscles profit little. I would rather you get your mind and get your spirit right over your muscles. Muscles profit little, everybody. I'd rather you get your mind, get your spirit right first with God, because that matters more than anything, right? But when you validate yourself, bro, sis, when you validate yourself, you don't have to worry about borrowing nobody confidence. Some men out here, your confidence is in this woman. So when she leaves you so abruptly, you feel like you ain't nothing. You feel like you don't look good. You feel like your money ain't good enough. You feel like a woman would never love you. Boy, that is a lie. That is a lie, big dog. Sis, you feel like nobody will ever love you. That is a lie. That's not true. It's because you was borrowing your confidence. I don't want to live in a world where I have to borrow confidence in order to survive mentally. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care. I've always been like this as a child too. They used to always tell me, my god sister, my godparents, and they would always tell me, boy, you so conceited, show lives. I'm sorry. My mama told me I'm great. Actually, my nana, my godmom, she told me, she put that in my mind so strong as a child. Boy, you great. You're going to be powerful one day. You're going to do great things. My mom, my dad, everybody had the same conversation in my life. So my confidence level, I was a musician. I played drums. So I was very popular. I was popular at school. Like I just, I had my own everything. Like I've always been this person my entire life. I didn't have to borrow confidence. I didn't have to be validated. If you didn't want to rock with me, I didn't care. And as an adult, you have to tell yourself, look, if you don't pay my bills, if you don't have a real part to play in my growth with God and in the growth of I don't care what you think about me. I don't need you to validate if I'm a good person. I wish that this is going a little bit too far. I wish that some of these corrupt churches in corrupt community leaders could stop putting so much validation on validating these people who end up being nobodies. And you teach people, if you are popular by the head, you are popular by everybody. So now you give them a God-like, Lord-like mentality, like I have to please this person to feel like I'm somebody. I don't really like that. I like when you teach humility. I like when you teach humility, when you teach hard work, when you teach putting in the work to build yourself, because that is what people need. That is the confidence that you should have. When you have built something and you know you built something and you powerful, nobody can take that away from you. Sometimes people feel like I'm not validated because the leader didn't tell me I was somebody. What? I'm not validated because, my ex didn't think I was this. So? Man, I'm a man. I'm a strong alpha male. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care. I don't care one bit. And I'm going to tell you, you shouldn't care one bit. I'm just telling you the truth. Let me type this. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. You shouldn't care one bit. You don't need nobody to confirm what you already know who you are. Snap out of it. You a grown person. You a boss. You don't care. You don't need a man to tell you how beautiful you is. You already beautiful. You don't need a man to tell you what you bring to the table a lot of the times. You know what you bring. You know that you are a multiplier. You know that you are a woman of faith. See, when you know this, you won't get stuck in this. I need to hear them. Now you get to a place like, I don't care about closure. I don't care about closure. Go on with your life or do whatever you need to do because I'm good. I don't need closure. I got everything. I got the closure that I needed. And that was accepting the truth. Now, I want to do something new tonight. I want to let this sit for a minute. I'm just going to play some music, and whatever you've been holding in, this is a therapy session. Whatever you have been holding in, but you didn't say, I want you to type it. I want you to type it. There you go. Let it out. I am who I am because I learned to love when you left me. Oh my goodness. Why was I your punching bag of metal? You tried to break me. Let it out. You gotta just let it out. That's what I want you to type. I choose myself. And I believe many people that are typing that, many people who are, they have that in their mind. I believe that there's a new thing that's coming. There's a new healing that's coming. There's a new transition that's coming. There's a new understanding that's coming. Tonight, February 27th, you are finally choosing yourself. I think that's powerful. I choose myself. Choose yourself. Don't look for it no more. And I really think you're going to get to the next level. And I think that God is about to get ready to take you to new places. You're going to meet new people. There's another level of favor that is going to hit your life because you finally have chose yourself. Then going back to things that keep you injured. Well, as I close tonight, have been a wonderful night, and no, I am going to speak on this comment. Somebody just said, you see some greed. Well, you don't know me. You definitely don't know me. I give out free information every day. I help people for free every single day. So to get on my live and say you sense greed, I sense a hater. I sense somebody who's not doing nothing. I don't even think you said through this training tonight. People pay for this, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, come on. But God bless you. You literally get on a live and talk about greed. I don't talk about money every day. I give people an opportunity if they want to pour, they can. Everything should be free. Well, my friend, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Even when land should be free, things should be free, but you got to understand you got structures. Half the stuff people sell is not even worth anything. That's crazy. Somebody says you got a low mindset. I'm just being honest. I'm literally being honest. After we having an amazing conversation tonight, we're having an amazing session. Somebody get on and talk about I sense greed. Greed? Yeah, you don't know me. And it's okay. I have enough confidence in myself to know who I am. I do. But I guarantee you, you don't know who you are. I guarantee you, you don't even know your purpose. You don't even know what you've chosen to do. See, I used to be like you. I used to hate on people that I didn't know. I used to be like, this person is doing this person is doing that. Until I got a little older and I matured and I said, you know what? That person is actually helping people and changing lives. Why am I talking bad about this person? Sometimes we grew up doing it to our own people. That type of mindset, bro, that's a poverty mindset. I pray for you. But back to our conversation tonight. It's enough of that. If you are struggling with closure, start choosing you. Closure ain't gonna do nothing for you. It's not gonna do nothing but keep that old wound alive. It's not gonna change anything. You're not gonna get back together. So why do you need to talk again? You're not gonna do anything. Nothing is happening. So why do you need to talk again? Let that go so you can grow. Now don't let that go over your head. Straight up. Good night. Love y'all.